brought in the babies today. So together, all of us for the first time since the babies were born. And Bernadette, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
You look great.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I feel good.
Derek is awesome.
Yeah, he is.
How did it go? How did the whole experience go? Because I know you planned everything out. And you planned like birthday parties years in advance. So
oh my God, I already booked my 3-year-old's birthday party. It's not until April. Okay, you want to talk about that? All right. Well,
so how did it go? Did it go according to plan? Was it everything that you expected?
I think that I probably could have been admitted to the hospital Thursday night, but I totally ignored it.
Really?
Like no, Saturday morning. So it was weird. It was weird. Like Saturday morning woke up at, hardly slept and got ready. And that was the first time I was leaving my 2-year-old too. I never left him overnight or anything.
Wow.
We're always like with them, like him, So I was fine. I was perfectly fine. And I thought to myself, I'd be more upset if I never gave him a sibling.
Yeah.
Than leaving him right now. So, he was with my parents. He was very content. So walking into the hospital, I'm like laughing. I go to the nurses. I'm like, "Hi, like I'm here to have a baby," And I felt funky. I could tell my body was getting probably ready because I said to my mom on the way out to the hospital, I said, "It's weird. This is kind of like unnatural. Like I'm kind of like, my body's not saying it's time to have this baby. I'm saying, okay, you're coming out."
Yeah.
And that was very strange. And they hooked me up to the monitors, and I was totally contracting regularly. I was 3 centimeters dilated. So they said I probably wouldn't have lasted like another day if I did prolong it.
It was only like a week before your due date. Anyway,
1 week,
right?
yep. And I started at 7:30, and I walked myself into the OR. I made a CD of all
that's right. Tell everybody what was playing with
of
the babies.
meaningful songs, and it was great. My spinal was amazing. It was wonderful. I was freaked out, and it was nothing to be worried about. The anesthesiologist was incredible. Everybody in that OR. So my CD was playing, and here I am singing.
Oh, wow.
My doctor singing. The anesthesiologist. It was like a party. We were like all hanging out. It was great. And so when he came out, Born to Run was playing by Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man. I'm like, I'm in trouble. I'm like, this is going to be like a nut. And but it was wonderful, and everything, well, actually the point where I guess the doctor was going through my uterus, he said to me, "Bernadette, you must stop talking for 2 minutes. You have to. I'm
By the way,
entering
we're shocked by that. We really are.
He's
Time
like,
to get the baby out.
yeah,
Bern.
that's what
Quiet,
he said.
please.
I'm entering the baby's home. You really need to be quiet. Oh, thank you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just sat there, and then like after 2 minutes was up, I'm like, boo, 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 boo. I felt great the whole time. They put you on Pitocin while you're on the OR table to have your uterus shrink back down to regular size, and they put it on too high at one point. I felt like my head was throbbing. I just looked at the anesthesiologist, and I was like, ooh, and he's like, okay, and he lowered it, and it was fine. Went to recovery. He was right with me, and then made it to my room, and I was my family was in my room already. So and so was my son, and I thought,
Jojo was there.
Is he gonna be freaked out like mommy's getting rolled in on a bed, and and I'm like, oh look, mommy's going for a ride, and he was just like, where's the baby? Where's Derek? He didn't care. So
What a great story.
it was a great experience.
And you, on the other hand, like April couldn't wait to get out of the hospital. You
Oh,
milked it for all it was worth, right?
We were there. We left on day 5, the morning of day 5. By that time, I was like, all right, like by 9:30 in the morning, I was like, let's go. And, the doctor had to come in and remove my staples, and that was fine. But, yeah, it was like nice. And the baby went to the nursery almost every night. The second to last night, we kept him just to see like what kind of sleeping pattern he does do.
So you took advantage of getting some sleep.
We
before you
did,
went home,
definitely.
Right.
And I think, with the C-section, it was so much easier the second time. Anybody out there that's like had a first C-section and they thought it was horrible, they never want to do it again. It's so much easier the second time, easier on your body. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, you had to go home and take care of a 2-year-old too, so I'm glad you healed up.
Yeah, well, he goes to his babysitter. He's gone pretty much the most of the day. He's home by 3:15, and I as much as it broke my heart to do that, I had to do that because with recovering, and he's a big dude. He's 40 pounds, and
you can't be picking him up now.
But
what's funny is about the diaper changing.
Yeah, we got to take a break. Obviously, 7:44. So we'll get to more with Bernadette and April. It's Baby Watch with the babies this morning here at 7:44. All right, Nancy Remy, what's going on?